So the same Detroit-based media company that made Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's viral political ad, they now made one for Kaniela Ing. I think they're called Means of Production. That's the name of their media company. And they knocked it out of the park again here. Take a look.
Every month, I pay 60% of my income just for rent and student loans. If you're making under $93,000 a year in Hawaii, then you're considered low income. When I was 11, my father passed away. I worked in the pineapple fields to help my mom pay the bills, and later at Walmart and hotels to pay my own. Most of my classmates, my best friends, moved to the mainland, unable to afford life here in Hawaii. We're surrounded by military bases spending trillions of dollars waging for-profit wars, but we have an affordable housing crisis. Our children are moving away, and healthcare is somehow a luxury. It's time for a new era of democratic leadership. My name is Kaniela Ing, and that's why I am running for Congress. It's easy to blame Republicans, to blame Trump for our problems, but we have to look in the mirror. Who controls our state? Who's controlling our party? The people of Hawaii demand housing for all, Medicare for all, a Green New Deal, free college and student debt cancellation now. The majority of people in Hawaii and across the nation support these ideas, but big donors don't. I'm the only candidate in this race who isn't taking corporate money. As a kid, I remember my grandma telling me stories of my ancestors, how they preserved our environment and took care of each other. She told me how our people were exploited by colonizers and forced to work on plantations. The people of Hawaii have come together and risen up before, and we can do it again. If my great-grandparents didn't stand up to the corporate establishment of their time, I would still be on the plantation. It's time for us to stand up, not just to leave a better future for our children or grandchildren, but to live a better life ourselves. A Hawaii for the many is possible, but no one will give it to us. We have to take it together. Vote Kaniela Saito Ing on August 11th.
Goddamn. That was good. That was really good. As I watch ads like that, I'm reminded why we should all have hope for the future. Because I look at that and then I think of any corporate establishment Democrat in the country that you can name, and there is a 0% chance that they can create an ad that's that deep, that touching, that substantive, and that profound. Because we all know, we can see it. We know who's faking the funk. We know who's, oh yes, I am with you, fellow progressives. I am going to be on your side. Sure, I wasn't for Medicare for all 3.5 minutes ago, and I take corporate money. But no, I am really to the left. Let me tell you. By the way, there's a candidate in the Michigan, this is a side point, there's a candidate in the Michigan governor's race who says in one of his ads, I'm the furthest left candidate. That's bullshit. Abdul El Said, who was just endorsed by Bernie Sanders, is the furthest left option. He's a Justice Democrat. He's a wonderful candidate. But now, see, that's the point we're at now politically, where corporate Democrats are looking around and they're going, oh shit, look at where all the momentum is. Look at where all the enthusiasm is. There's grassroots populist left pressure. There's a wave. And now they're trying to hop on that wave and surf it. Since we're talking about Hawaii, I might as well make that analogy. They're trying to get ahead of him. Hey, yeah, no, totally. I was with you all along. I know what you're talking about, bro. You even see it for the potential 2020 candidates, whether it be Kirsten Gillibrand, whether it be Kamala Harris, Cory Booker. I'm far left. Yeah, I'm on the left. I don't know what you're talking about. See? No, totally. Sure, I just was against Bernie Sanders' proposal to, re-import cheaper drugs from Canada, but I fucked up. Anyway, no, I'd like to. I'm on the left now. No, we don't believe you. We could see from a mile away who's faking it. There's no way Cory Booker or Kamala Harris could have done an ad like that. because they don't believe those things he's talking about. He talks about for-profit wars. When was the last time you heard a politician talk about for-profit wars? He says we spent trillions on for-profit wars during a housing crisis. Why are we not spending money to house homeless people? By the way, this is another thing I brought up recently. To leave a homeless person on the street, it costs taxpayers $31,000 a year. To give them a roof over their head, nothing crazy, little one-room thing, roof over their head, bare necessities, that would cost $10,000 a year. You save money by putting a roof over the head of homeless people. You save money. So he's talking about we got for-profit wars wasting trillions of dollars. It's all around us while people don't have a place to go, don't have a place to sleep. He mentions Medicare for all, free college, Green New Deal, taking no corporate PAC money. I mean, goddamn. They can't beat us. Let me be clear, all things being equal, they can't beat us. So if you have the same resources for a populist left candidate, a Justice Democrat, versus the same amount of resources for an establishment candidate, a corporate candidate, a centrist candidate, we win 10 out of 10 times. Now, the roadblock we hit is usually they have way more resources, of course, because they sold out. When you sell out, you get a hell of a lot more money. So, even in the case of Joe Crowley, he had like 3 million, Ocasio-Cortez had like 300,000, and she won. So that's a rare instance where the person with less money was able to override the power of that money. And they did a great job, boots on the ground, knocking on doors, all the groundwork that's necessary. That's something that the establishment candidates don't have. They don't have boots on the ground because somebody fucking likes them. So all they do is take their money and buy ads and get their name out there more, and that's usually why they win. But now we're at a point where we've proven that, hey, even if you don't raise as much money, there's a chance you could override that giant disadvantage. So I have hope when I look at an ad like that. Because again, all things being equal, we win 10 out of 10 times. Things not being equal, we apparently still have a chance because Ocasio-Cortez did it. But we got to fight. We got to fight. So, phone bank for Kaniela Ing if you can, if you have the time, if you know what you're doing. Donate to his campaign. His election is coming up soon. And, talk about a 1-2 punch. Holy shit. You get Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Kaniela Ing in the House. We were just talking about it the other day. A sub-caucus, as they call it, of progressives. So you have the Progressive Caucus, and then you have the actual Progressive Caucus. And yes, that would be the Justice Democrats Caucus. The Justice Democrats Caucus, where you don't have to question. Some of the people in the Progressive Caucus, you had to question, like, are they going to be for Medicare for all? I don't know. We might have to convince them. You're not going to have to question the people in the Justice Democrats Caucus. That's the whole point. They're there, is to fight for those policies. So that would be awesome, and those would be 2 leaders in that caucus. So let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. It's exciting. It's exciting. And again, the media company that made this, god damn it, they knocked it out of the park. They know what they're doing. They know even like the music, even like when you get the music right, it's like, oh, you guys know what you're doing, don't you? Like they know exactly how to make it not just hit you with the substance, but also they know the way to hook it into your emotions, if that's a reasonable way to describe it. They know how to make it build up, and then there's like a climax. Okay, this is getting weirdly sexual now. But you get the point I'm making. It's like, oh shit, like you're hanging on every word of the ad. So they did a wonderful job. I hope this one goes viral too. And I hope Kaniela Ing wins. What do they stand for? What do the corporate Democrats stand for? They have nothing. Like that's why they always, resort to platitudes and cliches. Because I think we need a better future for everybody. I'm in favor of equality. Like, okay, but what does that mean? Like, what? So what policies are you talking about that would point to those conclusions? And they can't tell you because they're not policy-based because they're bought by corporate donors, so they're representing those corporate donors. Whereas Kaniela Ing is not bought by corporate donors, so he can tell you exactly what he's for, and it's very substantive. So that's the thing that's amazing is like how there's no message. It's all flowery rhetoric from corporate Democrats, and you could see it from a mile away. But then with Justice Democrats, with populist left candidates like Kaniela, it's like, oh, here are the exact policies I want. Do you like them? Okay, great. Vote for me. It's a night and day difference.